Hey guys, Justin here with Etherton Real Estate and wanted to do a quick live video about REOs, foreclosure sales, short sales, well not really short sales actually in this one, but foreclosures, REOs. I had a lot of people ask me, hey, do you have any REOs, do you have any foreclosures, are there any in Santa Barbara? And wanted first to kind of clarify what that means, what it looks like, and when you see something like that on Zillow, what does that really mean? Hey, this is Justin, I just saw this property on Zillow, it's a pre-foreclosure, can we go see it? What does that actually mean, and what do you need to do with it? Well, there's a process for the foreclosure. It starts with when you'll notice that it comes into pre-foreclosure, and with a little bit of research you can find out that, oh, it's in pre-foreclosure, however, it's only a notice of default. When you have a notice of default on the property, you look at when it was recorded, and you know that the bank can't foreclose on the property for 90 days from there on. And then they give you a notice of sale. And from that point, the sellers or the owners have 21 days to pay back the property. So the notice of default, we see a lot of those going to pre-foreclosure, and it's just been a notice of default. That could be someone missed a payment on the taxes or is behind on their mortgage payment, and all they have to do is catch back up on it, and they're no longer in pre-foreclosure. So it's really misleading, especially on Zillow and some of these other online sites, because hey, pre-foreclosure, the house is $1 million property, it's got ocean views, but yet it says here on Zillow that it's going to be sold at $200,000. Well, that could be what is owed or what the original loan was about, or amount was. So really, it's really misleading. Bottom line, I would say give us a call, have someone or a professional do some research into it. But most of the time, pre-foreclosures aren't going to be that great of a deal. However, if you see something that says pre-foreclosure and it's a notice of trustee sale or notice of sale recorded, then you know that it's going to be going to the courthouse steps to be sold. Now, this one, if it's not listed and they're not trying to short sale the property and get approval from the bank to short sale it, it's going to be sold at the courthouse steps. And everyone's like, well, great. You know, it's only owed, $300,000 on the property, it's got ocean views, let's go and check it out. Well, here's the problem with that is the bank will always bid on the property up to what they are owed at least, and plus any foreclosure fees. The other problem is unless you've got cash with you, you can't buy the property. At a foreclosure at the courthouse steps, you literally have to have cash or cashier's checks with you. So I don't know about you, but I'm not carrying that kind of cash around to have at a courthouse step. So you really have to be prepared what you're going to be bidding on and how much you're going to pay for it. And the next problem with foreclosure sales at the courthouse steps is you could at the last minutes have someone record a lien on the property and you have a clouded title. So you don't get to see the property and you don't get to have a clear title when you take it over. So if someone's living there or if someone put a lien on at the last moment, you're inheriting that when you purchase it. So there's a lot of risks involved with it, but that's why they go for a great deal. So ultimately what happens after that is most of the time the bank will buy the property back and it'll become what he calls an REO. And then they will try to sell the property on the market, put it on the MLS, and it'll go up for sale. So there's really rarely is there a great deal to be had on these quote-unquote pre-foreclosures unless you can approach the owner and get them to agree and take a short amount and short sale it, and then that saves the bank some money. Now, when they do the foreclosure and it becomes an REO, typically what you'll see is that it'll go onto the market in the MLS. So you'll see a lot of that happen, but then it's not usually a fantastic deal. Here's a great example. Last year in Santa Barbara, we saw 7 REOs go through the MLS. That's 7 total. That's less than 0.7% of the transactions that have gone through. So really up here in Santa Barbara, there's not a lot of foreclosure and REO sales currently. However, I do expect to see an increase in that. every cycle has an end and a beginning, and we're seeing that we're starting at the we're not starting. We are currently at the top of the market, and I expect as lending standards loosen, as the market starts to change, we'll start to see more and more foreclosures and short sales. So if you have any questions about foreclosures, short sales, what that's looking for, we're short sale foreclosure certified, SFR certified, and happy to help you guys, talk to you about it. Happy to talk you through the program if you need help on the seller side of it, and as well to look for you guys to find some properties that can be a killer deal. So that's where we're at. We wanted to bring you some Friday tips and help on the real estate market. Enjoy the weekend. Have a fantastic day, and yeah, super excited. Thanks, guys. Bye now.